So away we go, guys. How are we feeling? Long week.
Yeah. It's good to see you.
Late night last night.
Gun shy.
Yeah.
Not a good week.
It threw up a few surprises this week.
Yeah. Not a good week for the citizens of Paris or Madrid.
Not as big a surprise as my boiler leaking this morning. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The technician, though, is having a great weekend.
Your technician did very well out of it, I'm sure.
Oh, well, yeah, especially when he comes out and he starts pulling other parts of the boiler apart and then tells you that you need a full new boiler.
Yeah.
You know the worst thing is?
Yep.
Situations like that, you never know whether they're taking the mickey out of you or not. I mean, they walk in and they look at it and they go,
How did it go?
Yeah. It's like,
I don't like the look of that.
like, I got here just in time.
Yeah, I know, by the way, it's going to snow on Sunday.
Yeah. Don't want your boilers to go out.
It's going to get cold. You don't want your family to be cold.
Yeah. And funny, I've got one in the back of the van just like this.
Yes. But for you, especially, I can put it in today.
Yeah, I can put it in today.
Paolo Bandini is with us. He doesn't have to worry about snow on Sunday. But Paolo, many of the residents of the city of Rome are perhaps wondering, how does Claudio Ranieri keep on getting such great jobs? This is Dan with his first question.
I don't know if the citizens of Rome are necessarily thinking that quite so much. I mean, he's got a lot of goodwill stored up for him, certainly amongst Roma supporters going back. I was thinking this before, so I don't know if you guys know this, but obviously Claudio grew up in Rome, and his family had a butcher shop, and back in the day he used to even run the meat around town on the back of his push bike. And the last time he took the Roma job, which was about a decade ago, there was sort of stories about people who remembered him doing this. And of course, Claudio's not a young man anymore, and you wonder how many of those people are still around who remember him doing this. But a lot of people will remember, again, that stint a decade ago. He came in after Luciano Spalletti threw a tantrum and walked out two games into a season, both of which Roma had lost. And Claudio took them all the way to second and ran into really close for the title that year, and actually did a really good job at the time. Didn't go so well from the next season, and he ended up leaving. But he has come into a situation before at Roma where things weren't quite right and fixed it. So he's got a history of doing things right there, and I guess they're hoping he'll do it again.
He's no boiler technician, I can tell you
No,
that.
but at least we know that he's going to deliver some meat, apparently. That's what we're being told.
Yeah, that'd help you out.
If it doesn't work out in Rome, just give Claudio a call.
Well, good to know that's a criteria.
Yes.
Peddling meat around.
It is.
A very busy Rome traffic. Well, it beats the Rome traffic, as you know.
Yeah.
Paolo, it's very busy there in the centre.
Stevie, Mikhail wants to know whether you think Jurgen Kloop will start either Shaqiri or Keita for some creativity in the Liverpool midfield. They play Burnley this weekend.
I don't think he'll play Keita for creativity. I mean, I think that's what he was brought in for, hopefully to get some goals from the middle of the park. But he just hasn't produced. Hasn't produced with goals, hasn't produced with assists. So I don't see any reason why you would start him. And Shaqiri, for some reason, I think he's just forgot his name. Because
it is odd, isn't it?
For me, over the last 3 or 4 games, it's been crying out for Shaqiri. And he just seems to have pushed him aside. Brought on Sturridge, started Origi. I mean, what's Shaqiri done to upset Klopp? So there's no signs at all that any of those two will start at the weekend.
And the big problem for Liverpool is, and I was saying to Stevie, and I mentioned it weeks ago, was that the way the fixtures have been thrown up at the moment, and it happened last week, and it's happening again. Oh, did it happen last week? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think it did, yeah. Man City are playing before.
Yeah.
So City playing the Saturday again, they're already at the top. You would presumptuous that they're going to beat Watford at home. You know, they got hammered by Liverpool. That was a surprise, the scoreline, because they've been strong. But if you presume they win, then you've got that 24 hours or whatever it is to think about that game again the next day, even though it's Burnley at home, you expect it to win. And that just piles the pressure on again. Because you imagine if City stretch that out even more, it's probably not going to be doable for Liverpool.
No. You think Jurgen Klopp does resist the urge to tinker with things? To this extent, I mean, Shaqiri or Keita.
Well, if the question is Keita for creativity,
No.
And Shaqiri, I don't know where he's been, so no.
No, he is in the doghouse quite clearly. Paolo, go back out to you. Hamuda, is there any chance, looking into the near future for Juventus, any chance that Pep Guardiola leaves Manchester City for Juventus? Lots of talk about who might follow Max Allegri in the summer if he departs.
I mean, is there any chance? Sure, but is there a good chance? Not that I'm aware of. I've heard nothing at all to give this story legs, I'm afraid. So, you know, look, football managers move around, and maybe at some point Pep, having conquered Spain and having won the title in Germany and won it in England, he might decide, hey, let's go to Italy. But it's not in the pipeline anytime soon, I don't think.
Zidane seems to be the name, guys, that's being mentioned the most.
It's as good a chance as Paolo getting a haircut anytime soon. that's what.
Yeah, that would seem rational.
Zidane wants
Zidane
after sense, doesn't it?
After his rest to go back to a club where he was successful.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I'm sure the fans would be loving that.
I still think it's tough on Allegri. I mean, you know, what's he done? All he's done is won doubles and get to Champions League finals. That's all he's done.
If I were Allegri, I would say, all right, this is not good enough for you guys. See you guys later. Take care, and let's go play golf, right, Steve?
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
But they won't, will they?
Well,
They can't help themselves.
No,
that's what we would do.
Yeah.
But they won't. They can't, but no, the thing is, for Allegri, you know, it might be him that goes rather than the club pushes him. But, you know, I don't know. There's clearly not a lack of success there.
But he's going to land on his feet wherever you go.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's some big jobs out there
Yeah.
that are going to be hovering around, and he's going to be one of the top names for most of them.
Stevie, you should take this one first, being the expert on touchline bans. Ashish wants to know, was Mauricio Pochettino rightly punished? What's the impact of a touchline ban on a game? With Pochettino not there, can Spurs do what they need to do against Southampton?
Absolutely, 100%. When the guy in charge is not on the sideline, it affects the team. There's no question. So...
I remember the Revs going to Seattle with you and Paul way up in the stands somewhere, and
best
they
place
still
for them.
managed to win somehow.
Well, we did, but I think
he was just a genius.
I think the fact
You were shouting, you were
I think the
shouting,
fact I don't think it was the fact that I was not in the bench. I think the fact that Paul got sent off sort of charged the boys up, to be honest, because they can see what was going on was wrong. So from that point of view, it maybe helped that Paul gets sent off, but certainly, listen, and it's not just games, you know. See, training is probably worse, because if the head guy's not there, people will take the day off.
Right.
Some will, guaranteed. So it makes a huge difference when the head man's not there.
So why? I haven't read into this, but Tottenham were furious because he apologised publicly, and so it was just fine, but it wasn't going to detract from him getting a ban. But they were furious that Klopp never got a ban.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that.
And I think, you know, for berating the referees and running on the field and I think that was it. I don't know if there was any clarification as to what the difference was, particularly at a key point of the season. Anybody help me here? No.
No. Listen, see when these committees get together, you have no idea the kind of nonsense they can come up with.
Why?
So,
You were looking for Adrian to answer the question for
somebody.
I'd read that too, but I never saw any clarity on the whole
There was
issue.
a lot of blank staring going on over here.
Well, do you know what it was?
They don't give clarity. That's
what was the difference between the Pochettino suspension and Klopp not receiving one? Do you know anything about that?
No. No, I don't have a sideline on that. No.
I'm off.
Nice one, Paolo.
I can't.
We still got questions.
I can't.
Don't
Well,
go
the thing
yet.
is, to be fair,
All right, fine, go ahead.
Paolo can't answer the question because they don't tell you. That's part of the problem. They can get away with and say or not say whatever they fancy. And there's
last time I'm asking you
nobody to
any questions.
question them. You can't pull them up and say, well, hold on a second, and get a rational response. You just get a, no. That's it. And
I'm
that's
sticking
all
to
that's
peddling sausages round the city centre. Somewhere.
We've had meat
Nothing wrong with
deliveries,
that, didn't
we've had
we,
meat
Ruggieri,
deliveries,
huh?
we've had boiler technicians, and now some peddling of sausages. Staying with Spurs, Matt wants to know, with rumours about Spurs' stadium being named after an athletic company with 4 letters beginning with an N. Yeah. How do you guys pronounce that athletic company with 4 letters?
Well, we can't say it if you can't say it.
Well, I didn't want to say it because then that's
Well, we're not getting in trouble just because you sod you.
Paolo, how do you say that? How do you say that particular athletic company beginning with an N?
I can't think what athletic company you possibly mean that has 4 letters and starts with an N.
Well, how do you say Spike?
Well, I'd say Nike, but some people say...
Would you say Spiky?
No, I wouldn't say Spiky. But...
I grew up saying Nike.
You did?
And then I came to this country, and apparently it's Nike. And when I say Nike, people looked at me very weird.
I say Nike.
Yeah, there's a big...
Yeah.
Nike.
So there's a big continental divide in how it's pronounced.
It could be a war over this.
I would say Nike as well. I would say Nike.
Yeah.
So potentially you could get lost on your way to the stadium by asking people the wrong name of the stadium.
Right.
Excuse me, can you tell me where Nike Stadium is? I've never heard of that, sir. Sorry.
But it's Nike for you, Paolo. Is that right?
I would say Nike. Yeah, I feel like in England everyone says Nike. I think that's the way it's said over here, and you know, in Italy it's pretty much the same, but with a bit more Nike.
Is this part of your full integration process into American culture that you say Nike?
Maybe it's the
Hey, listen, when in Rome,
it's the defining
you know what they
moment.
say?
Well, he won't go to a bar in the American tradition and sit and talk to people. So he won't do all the other stuff, so he's got to integrate himself some way with his
Well, it
rhetoric.
takes time, isn't it? It's a process. You can't cover everything in one
Does
go.
anybody know why Klopp never got suspended? Well, I've had a little thing. Any more questions?
yes,
It's not
apparently.
difficult.
One.
Don't stumble. You just
keep,
go.
you keep pointing that pen
Well,
at me.
one, because again, it's in your direction. Do Steve and Craigie ride share to the studio, or share a lift? Is perhaps what we might say. But
No, we don't actually stay in the same house.
Any ride sharing going on?
We have actually wheeled Stevie to the studio before when he was struggling with the gout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't stay in the same town.
No.
No.
So Radu, nice try, but no doings there.
No.
We do on an Uber home from a night out,
Yes.
right? Which you have a
whole
camera as an
that's-
event in itself, for obvious reasons.
It's more of a necessity, that Uber ride, more so than anything.
Often seen legs hanging out the window of the car.
Nice. All right. Better let Paolo go. Better let you go as well, because you've been with us for a while. ESPN FC tomorrow. You back, Stevie? I think you are, right?
No.
You back, Ali?
Yes, I am.
Craig?
I'm in.
Yep. Saturday's action wrapped up on ESPN Plus.